Microphone is on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here in the home port, and also joining us in the live broadcast, we are starting right now with an exciting ground demonstration and a test flight performed by Volocopter in partnership with DB Schenker. So we're going to start right now with the demonstration, and the first step of it is loading the payload into the VoloDrone. So what we see right now is our teams getting ready for that process. So the VoloDrone has a big cargo box. The cargo box is approximately 1.3 by 1.3 meters at the base, and it's nearly 1 meter high. So the volume, the internal volume that we can actually process and carry is around 1.6 cubic meters. So we can also be compatible with any international standardization organization pallet. So not only the Euro pallet, as we will see in a demonstration today, but also the 40 by 42 inch pallet, which is common in North America. The box is equipped with securing mechanisms that keep the payload in place, both laterally and vertically. So we benchmarked both land transport and air transport to develop this concept. And we are targeting to comply with aerospace securing standards in terms of acceleration to keep the payload in place. So now we see the Schenker operator, our partner, DB Schenker's operator, preparing the payload to be inserted into the box. And that starts the process, and we secure the payload using a net. So there will be a net placed on top of the pallet before entering the cargo box, which is what the operator is preparing to do right now. The box is equipped in the internal part with rollers so that you can push the pallet in any of the 6 ISO standard pallets. As we move towards the demonstration, our takeoff time is expected to be 1,500 hours. Today we are planning a flight that's around 3 minutes long. It will go up towards the tree lines and then flying over the canal. And this represents a holistic end-to-end process. So we started with the payload at a simulated dispatch area where you can see the pilots next to the e-cargo bike. And then we're going to simulate the holistic end-to-end journey of the payload. We are integrating also our flight today using VoloIQ, which is Volocopter's own software platform, which will boost our UAM ecosystem. So we leverage the learnings from the air taxi platform, and we integrate those into a holistic ecosystem using VoloIQ. Resources can be managed in VoloIQ, such as the ground operator, the pilots, the batteries management system, and so on and so forth. So as of now, we can see that one of the design drivers of the cargo box is also productivity. The requirement is that the operation of loading can be performed in under 5 minutes, which maximizes the productivity of the VoloDrone as an asset. That, combined with the ability of the VoloDrone to swap batteries on the ground, allow us to have a very quick turnaround time on the ground. So comparing to the concept of charging the vehicle and not swapping the batteries, this allows for a much faster, a much lower downtime compared to the concept of charging the whole vehicle. So now the payload is being secured. You can see we have 2 lateral panels in the box that allow to get the net on the hooks to secure it vertically. And after that, the cargo should be ready to go. One of the elements that we considered as a design driver is also the human aspect. So the operator can perform the whole securing process wearing gloves. So in that way, in colder climates, the operators on the ground have no trouble securing the cargo and the payload wearing gloves. As we get closer to 1500 hours, our teams are getting into position after the cargo is secured inside the box. The team will run the last-minute checks for telemetry data, make sure that all systems are ready, and we will have all systems go. Yeah. The camera drone is for us. We can see also a smaller drone that's actually hovering around the VoloDrone that's collecting footage of our flight today. So for those of you experiencing on-site or in the live broadcast, the footage will be available soon enough on our communication and media channels. Now the operator is leaving the area with the cargo being secured, and the last checks are being performed, getting ready for takeoff. Something that we integrate in VoloIQ is the permit that we use to fly. So today's permits and rotors are on. We have a permit to fly over a controlled ground area today, which follow the standards and the approvals of all the authorities for us to fly today. Takeoff and hovering over the tree lines. Now our pilot is maneuvering in yaw and flying parallel to the canal. He's going to go all the way through the end of our control ground area today. Anybody notice the noise level from that distance? You can barely hear it at this point. Now performing the reverse trajectory. It's almost like a natural element in the skyline. Now we have the final approach for landing. And skids are down. And that is the world premiere, the first public flight of the VoloDrone. But as we know, for the end customer, the journey doesn't end there. So now our operator is getting the payload and opening the box so we can actually perform the last mile, the last step of the way. In the future, we envision VoloIQ feeding this information to transport management systems from DB Schenker, our partner, and the end customer will be able to track the shipment all the way through. So at this point, there will be a notification that the VoloDrone has landed and the shipment is on its way to perform the last mile of the delivery. So as of now, it's clear for the ground operator to approach the area. We're ready to remove the pallet and move onwards to the last step of the way. The multimodal integration of the VoloDrone is one of the value-added elements that we provide. So now being able to perform the last mile to a customer warehouse, a retail shop, a wholesale shop, or really wherever the customer needs it to be. So in this particular ground demonstration, we are integrating the pallet to perform the last mile using an electric cargo bike. And that bike would be able to have the reach and perform the last mile, the last step of the way. So now the pallet was removed. Again, the requirement to perform this operation in under 5 minutes for the exchange of cargo is noticeable how fast the team can actually load and unload the cargo for the last mile delivery. I'm going to keep for like 2-3 more minutes. The electric cargo bike represents more than just another mode of transportation, but having the ability to integrate transports like the VoloDrone, like the electric cargo bike, allows us to envision carbon neutral end-to-end deliveries in the near future. The cargo bike that we're using today has a capability to transport up to 300 kilograms in payload. And so our operator dropping the payload now and getting ready to be on its way. Well, there he goes. And this completes our ground logistics demonstration and the first public flight of the VoloDrone. We appreciate everybody joining us here today in the home port and also through the live stream webcast. And this concludes our demonstration. Thank you very much.
Innovative, bold, dynamic. Since 2011, we have been pioneering mobility of the future with our manned and fully electric vertical takeoff and landing air taxis. Now, we have expanded our capabilities in the sky with an unmanned heavy-lift drone, suitable for various industries.
Over the years, we received more and more requests from diverse customer groups for a cargo variant of the Volocopter. As a result, in 2018, we launched a utility drone project as a largely independent activity within Volocopter. With the Volodrone, we're introducing a new unmanned product based on our original platform and expanding our leading position in sustainable and fully electric VTOLs to a host of new applications.
Introducing the VoloDrone by Volocopter. A drone which is ushering in a new era of urban and rural flight and offers unlimited potential. Progressive, efficient and fully electric, the VoloDrone is the first aircraft of its kind that brings a new standard to the third dimension of sustainable transport. The VoloDrone works with different equipment, such as box, sling, sprayer, or even customized gear. And at a maximum distance of 40 kilometers, it's capable of carrying an unprecedented payload of up to 200 kilograms at a time. This makes its potential to cover a wide range of applications almost limitless. Agriculture. The VoloDrone increases productivity in the areas of plant protection, seed sowing, frost control, and more. Logistics. From retail to time-critical medical or spare part deliveries, the VoloDrone will get the package delivered safely, securely, and on time. Infrastructure. For construction, maintenance, and site planning, the VoloDrone can assist in daily operations. The VoloDrone is advancing mobility and will push the limits of what's possible for businesses around the world. Just imagine what the VoloDrone can do for you.